Sherri, welcome to another episode of the Say That Sherri podcast. I'm sorry, we have been back here laughing all behind the scenes, and my casters do not know how to act. So, let me introduce my wonderful co-host. She's amazing in so many different ways. She keep us on topic. She keep us so lit. She's just awesome. The Miss Jennifer.
I keep you lit.
I keep
Ni hao.
Yeah. Here you go. Okay, so
Okay, tell me what language you studied in school.
what language I studied in
Yeah.
school? Lord Jesus. I did Spanish and I did French.
Do you remember any of it?
A little bit.
Say something.
Like I did a little bit.
Say
I
something.
did okay, what could I
Say
say?
it in the accent now, because you got to say it right.
I gotta say, oh Lord, now you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let me see. Spanish was, I could tell you como te llamas. I could tell you that in Spanish.
All right.
Como te llamas. I think I said it right. If my kid was in here, is she back there checking me? Dang, on my Spanish.
She said
Anyway,
that. What does that mean?
it'd be me llamo Sherri. What is your name?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, como
Okay.
te llamas.
I didn't do Spanish.
You didn't do Spanish? And then let me see, what was French? French
know,
was,
I
and
did
I
study
had
French.
the same teacher for both.
Okay. Oh, did you?
She taught French and Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah, Miss
Okay.
Minnick. That was her name. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She taught French and Spanish. What was French? What did we say? Let me say. Me je m'appelle Sherri. My name
okay.
is Sherri.
Okay.
No, I
Okay.
remember that.
Bonjour. I remember a little bit of French too.
You look, I was like, you know,
Just a little bit.
little bit, a
Don't
little.
ask me to
But
say
I can
that.
do some numbers. Uno, dos, tres. No.
That's because that's in the song. Okay. That's enough embarrassment. Okay, that's enough
That's
embarrassment.
all I got. That's all I got.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. So
That was an off-wall question. I didn't know.
was,
He was like,
you know.
where do I'm like, in school?
yeah.
What?
No, listen, because when I went to school, you studied two languages. I had to study two languages too. I studied Chinese and French. But I don't know. We gonna keep it moving.
Okay.
But I was curious. I wanted to know. You know,
Yeah.
I had a friend that she started studying. She went to China and everything. She was
Wow.
she can speak it now.
Oh, yeah.
I know
I
how to
got
say
some
hello,
friends
how
that's
you
very
doing?
fluent in Spanish. You know, they go to talking and getting on talking all fast and
You
stuff.
got
And
to
I
slow
just,
down.
yeah,
Yeah.
I be like, vamonos. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I had to say something like y'all because I don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, goodness.
So I don't know what to say. I'd be like, whatever.
Okay,
But
okay.
I wish I would have pursued
Yeah,
my
me
foreign
too.
language. I wish I did. Like that's
too.
one thing that I wish I would have done. Like I wish I was bilingual.
Yeah, no.
Like for real.
I agree.
So I could tell people off and they would know what I was saying.
Yeah. I mean, well, somebody would know. It's just we don't do languages like that. You
Yeah.
know?
I do know how to sign language though.
Do you?
I do.
That's awesome.
I do. I got taught early on how to sign language. I'm a little rusty
That's
about it because I don't
awesome.
use it all the time.
Mhm.
But yeah, I do. I do know sign language.
That's great.
Yeah. What?
They said do something, so do something.
Do something. I don't know. It
Um,
was like a I don't know what to tell y'all.
Even if you say like open the door, say that.
Well, I can't say I don't know how to say open the door.
Okay.
I know this one was like potty, and then like it was like just different ones, like different expressions we had to do for like different
What's
stuff because
this?
we were
I have seen this before.
yeah sorry.
Okay,
And it was like this, and I knew like how to do the alphabet all with the
awesome.
sign
Okay.
language.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like the A, the B, the C.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So I had to do it because my nana had special needs kids. And special needs people she worked with,
Okay.
and some of them only communicated through sign language.
Wow.
So that's what I'm really rusty at. I haven't done
Okay.
it in so long, but it was like they had certain things they would tell us certain stuff,
Uh-huh.
and so I had to learn sign language in order to communicate with them.
That's cool.
Yeah, so
That's really
yeah.
cool. Okay.
just one of those little nifty things. I didn't know.
Alrighty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never knew it.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. That and I can clean fish.
You can clean fish?
Mhm.
Huh?
Mhm.
You mean like cut?
I can catch fish and clean fish.
Really?
Yeah.
Like cut them?
Yep. And take the little.
the-
Yep. I can clean fish.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
I can clean fish.
He said, moving right along.
I just said. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I can clean fish.
Okay.
Just some
okay.
weird things that I can
Okay,
do. I
well,
don't know why these
listen.
things have you know, y'all get to know me a little
Let me
better. I'm
tell
just
you,
saying.
If we ever got stuck
I
somewhere,
like
at least
fishing,
now
though.
I know.
Yeah.
That
I can fish
you can fish
and I can clean the fish.
You can clean the fish.
Yeah.
You can cook it too.
I can cook it too.
I'm not doing
Hey.
that. I will live with you. I will survive with you.
You will
Okay.
survive.
So today
Yes.
we're gonna talk about love.
Love.
More
Okay.
specifically, Black love, African American love,
Okay.
because that's who we are.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about the experience.
Okay.
Um,
All my Black love experience, or
Or
just the
well,
or the ones I
what
really.
I want to talk about our marriage, and I mean, but I want everybody to kind of understand,
Oh, the marriage I have now.
Yeah.
The loving marriage I have.
Yes.
Oh, okay, amen.
Mm-hmm,
Ooh, you scared me for a second.
But I do have a question. Who was your favorite married couple when you were a kid in your family? Did you have one?
In my family?
Yes, I want to know. Don't
Like
say
my
it
bloodline?
Like, yes, don't say it like that. Come on. One of them. They didn't have to, when you were a kid, it doesn't mean that they still need to be married now, maybe? I don't know. I just want to know who you looked at as a kid.
You see my face?
I know. I'm trying to reel it in. I just want to know who you looked at.
I'm trying to think.
Who did you look at and think like, oh, like maybe kind of want to model yourself as a kid? Now, I'm not saying that you didn't grow up and be like that was a mess, but as a kid, who did you look at? And
I can't say my family because my family didn't have a lot of I would say
success in
marriages, like
just marriages in general.
Like like I'm trying to think. I'm like, shoot, I wouldn't say that. I think if I had to pick somebody in my family, probably when I got maybe a little bit older. I liked my aunt Kathy and my uncle Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
They have a pretty good bond. I would say them, and I really liked my best friend Shadon. I loved her parents. If I would have to pick a little kid as a preteen and stuff carrying on, I really liked the way her mom and dad interacted. I liked what I saw. Of course, every couple probably has their problems. Of course, you know that when you get older. But I'm just saying, from what I saw as a kid, I loved their interaction.
Representation matters.
Yeah,
you need to be able to see what you think it looks like, even if it is from maybe a like fantasy perspective.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I still think it matters to see something that you look like, oh, okay, they look like they doing good, and I want to see what that's like.
Yeah, yeah.
So
they're still married to this day, though.
Are
too.
they?
So that's like a great example. You know.
Okay.
Both couples I said though are examples.
Okay.
Yeah, my aunt, she got married. I was like maybe late teens. When she met my uncle Jeff somewhere up in there. I was like, yeah, teenager or something.
Okay.
But I liked their bond, their union, and they're still together to this day. And then, like I said, I really liked my friend's parents, like the way they interacted, the way they loved on one another, and just from what I saw as a kid, I thought it was great. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
that's good.
If I had to pick anybody,
it would have been them.
It would have been
okay.
Them. It would have been them.
So what are
she probably gonna sit there and hear this and be like, "Girl, back."
I know, right? I mean, on the outside looking in,
you know what I'm saying. But I'm just saying from what her parents showed me. Yeah.
Okay.
They got a cool little connection.
Yeah, you saw something.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about what you think works good for you in your marriage. We're both married,
right?
There's the highs and lows. Sometimes it's real consistent. It's real happy. You have your days and your moments. But what do you think works best for you in your marriage that keeps you guys connected?
What keeps us connected? I think just the love we have for one another. Just the respect that we have for one another. You know what I mean? Like I've said before, my husband is my best friend. He's who I confide in. He's who I spend my time with. He's who I trust. You know what I mean? Like with everything. And I'm not talking about just the he ain't gonna go out here and cheat type of
Right.
trust. I'm talking about like I trust him to be my vote.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hold them secrets
Mm.
and hold those insecurities and hold those things that you can't even trust everybody with. I trust him like that. You know what I mean? So I think that that's what kind of keep us clicking and working is the fact that I'm his vote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can see him even at his lowest point. He's still my superhero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's still my guy. Even when he not at his best, even when he not at his highest, you see what I'm saying? He's still that guy to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I still see all the greatness in him.
Yeah.
So I think that's what worked for us is that I see him, I love him through his flaws.
Yeah.
Right?
Respect is huge.
Oh, it's huge.
For me.
Uh-huh.
It's a big, big, big deal. You know, if you can look at somebody and even past, mistakes that they make or mistakes that you make, you can still look at them and respect them.
Yeah.
That to me, that keeps love like going strong for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said something. What did you say? Your vault.
Yeah.
So when you say he's your vault, you mean like you tell him everything?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I tell him everything.
Everything.
I mean, I had to. Like, I mean, I don't know nobody else to tell it to. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I mean, I even tell him stuff that I'm gonna get in trouble about.
Do
and
you?
I know I'm gonna get in trouble.
Do you really?
Yeah, cause I'm very bad at lying.
Yeah.
Terrible liar. Yeah. So if he backs me into a corner, I
feel like when your husbands really know you, they know when you lie.
They know
anyway.
when you lie
So
anyway.
why lie?
Why lie?
Yeah,
Might as well just tell him the truth.
When they know you good,
I be like, yeah, okay. Let me tell you what had happened. And he be like, but and by my vault though, I really mean like he can know those parts of me that is like I may not want to show everybody. But he's okay with them. And you can't show, certain stuff to everybody because people use certain things against you.
Yeah, they will.
They hold them against you, right?
Yeah.
I feel bad for anybody that's in a relationship and they can't be that upfront with their partner. Like they can't let it all hang out. Like what's the point of being with somebody if you can't be yourself? Do you know how suffocating that is?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel bad for anybody that can't be there. So I thank God for the fact that I can be myself with my husband, like all the way. So he can see me on my good days. He can see me on my great days. And he can see me on days where, okay, I'm battling a little bit today. Today I'm in a little bit of an issue. And he can still like me.
So do you think that women do that often? Maybe even men too? Show up and not be able to be themselves?
All the time. Yeah. I don't think it's a lot more people that don't trust their spouse or their significant other with 100% of themselves. That's why they still having best friends and all these outside sources outside of their relationship because they don't trust their spouse with 100% of them. I'm just blessed enough to be one of those people that I can trust them with 100% of me. You know what I'm saying? Just like I would if, you my home girl or something like that, because nowadays you can't even trust your homegirls like that no more. You know what I mean? You don't even know who your homegirls is half the time now. You know what I'm saying? You get in these loving relationships, you get with these great men, you get with, you have a good marriage and a good union. And instead of them celebrating that, they jealous of it. So you like, how does this work? We supposed to be celebrating the fact that you have a loving husband.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be happy for you that you got a loving husband, that you got somebody you can trust and confide in, and that you consider, to be one of your best friends, right? Is your husband. Not to say I don't have a female best friend. Not to say I don't have best friends. I do. But is my husband not my homie? Is he not my best friend?
No,
yes, he is. Yeah. I can sit up and we gonna cackle and we gonna talk junk.
Right.
And he like tea. Don't tell nobody. But he like tea.
They all do.
He like tea. He do.
They all do.
So I'm just saying. But a lot of us don't get that balance.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of women are scared to be totally themselves to their man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he puts up this wall or he sets these type of boundaries or we just can't trust him with that vulnerable part of us. Is he still gonna like me and love me if he know I think this way, or I'm not always this happy-go-lucky girl that he loves so much.
Right.
Sometimes I'm like, look, I don't feel like being bothered, and my face show it.
That's exhaustive.
Right?
To show up as that.
All the time.
Man, could you imagine?
Yeah. But I'm like this most of the time, though. Really,
I know, but I mean,
right?
just on a level where you feel like you have to have that on.
Yeah,
You can
I agree.
still,
Yeah,
you know
I get
what
what you're
mean?
saying. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's different. It's me because that's me.
That's because that's you. But
Right?
if you was like, I have to be this way all the time, this is what you think he likes, then that, I mean, you will be you tired.
But it's a lot of celebrities that have to live like that. Unfortunately, it's a lot of celebrities that have to put on these masks. They have to put on a fake smile. They have to do this because why? This is
The
what we're
industry.
called for. The industry calls for it.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to have a bad day.
Yeah.
You catch them on a bad day, they might punch a fan.
That's
and then y'all like, oh
unfortunate.
my God,
Yeah,
they're
he's
so unapproachable.
yeah.
No, you caught me on a bad day. I wanted to shop in Saks. I did not want you in my face. I wanted to come in here and get my bags and my shoes, and I wanted to go home. I don't want to talk to you right now.
You always say whenever you shopping, you getting bags and shoes.
I do.
You won't never say you be in the grocery store. You'd be like, I want to shop for bags and shoes.
That's my ministry.
Bags and shoes.
If you're going to catch me in the bag and shoes department, okay? And they
okay, sorry. That was a one-off. But
no, it's cool.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
That that must be. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. I mean, I could just imagine sometimes how these people feel where they can't make a mistake. They can't they can't let a secret out. They can't do certain stuff because of how they're going to be judged and how they're going to be seen, right? Even while they're trying to find their love or, you know what I mean? Who they have to date and what they have to go through and everything else. Their lives are packed with a lot of different things, right? So how do you unlock that baggage once you get so high up, once you get so famous? You know how hard it is probably to trust people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. I'm sure that has to be tough.
It's got to be tough.
It's tough on that level. That's why from a relationship level, like in your marriage, you would think that people wouldn't be doing like that, they wouldn't do stuff like that.
Right. You would think so, but it's more common than not. I counsel people and I talk to so many different women who just feel like they can't be themselves. Like it's hard for them.
Do you know a lot of divorced women?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is their from the outside looking in? Did you know their spouses too?
Some of them, yes.
Okay. From the outside looking in, what would you say was their like demise? Not that you can speak to it specifically, but you know how we can look and see like, maybe that don't seem like it should be going this way, or she mentioned to me that the communication was off, or you know what I mean?
Oh, see, that depends though.
Okay,
so this is gonna get a little tricky.
Okay,
so I'm gonna tell you why this is gonna get a little tricky.
Okay.
So I'm just so listen to me.
All right.
Listen to me.
I'm with you.
Listen to me.
I promise I'm gonna listen.
You listen. Okay. So the reason why I say this is gonna get a little tricky.
Okay.
Because on one side, some of the divorced women I talk to, they had valid reasons, I would say, why they just was like, listen, I tried everything I can try. This just ain't working for me.
Yeah.
I had to move on.
Yeah.
Some of these women, whether they know it or not, they were the problem and not him.
What was the problem? Go ahead, say it.
Y'all want me to tell you?
Come on. Come on with it.
Listen, I don't want nobody. You listen. Okay, so they gonna be. Okay, don't be mad. But the reason why I say some of them were the problem and not necessarily the men, because, okay, one, they let a lot of their insecurities affect the way they treated their man. He wasn't even doing nothing, but you was acting like he was doing stuff. Okay. So it's because of you being insecure, you not confident in yourself, you run around here treating him like this villain that he's not. Right? That's number one. Number two, your communication is funky.
Mm-hmm.
You come in with the bad energy. You come in with the smart comments.
Mm-hmm.
You come in with the backhanded stuff. And then you blame everything on him.
Mm-hmm.
When you the one came in and changed the complete atmosphere of the room.
Mm-hmm.
He was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Then you came in like a cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And it's all because they battling stuff and they don't know what they're battling.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of going and getting them some counseling so they can heal, so they can kind of prep themselves to be a wife and to have somebody in a space, they did not.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the women were very unappreciative. Their husband could never do enough.
Okay.
He was giving sun, moon, stars. He buying this, doing that, doing this, and they were never happy. They were never satisfied. That's a different type of spirit.
Okay.
I had to talk about that later.
Yeah.
But they were just never ever satisfied. So here it is. He's keep trying to feed her everything, give her everything, and when none of it working. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot, and then some women, they lose their husbands because they started out on the top, right? You started out with an A+ rating of a husband.
Okay.
Okay. You didn't know he was an A+ rating of a husband because you ain't never seen a C husband. You ain't never seen a D-level husband.
Okay.
You ain't never seen one of those. You started out with an A+ husband. You started out with a really good guy. You took the good guy for granted though. He ain't rough enough around the edges. You see what I'm saying? He ain't thug enough. He ain't this enough. He ain't that enough. So you're not appreciating what you have. So what you do is, it's our 80-20 rule. So what you do is, you looking for somebody a little bit more rough around the edges. And then when you give up your A+ rating of a husband, I don't want to be with him no more. He don't like to do nothing. He too square. He too this. He too that. He all lovey-dovey. He want to be with me all the time. He want to be all up on me. This is some of the stuff I get. And I'm sitting here going, so he lovey-dovey. And he want to be all on you. He like to spend his time with you. He like to spend his money on you. He take good care of you. You don't worry about too much or nothing. And that's too much for you. Oh, okay. So you ain't experienced what I done experienced. You ain't met them C's and D's. You ain't met them ones that's barely getting by. You ain't met them F's. You haven't met them. So therefore, you thinking what you got, it's got to be something greater.
Yeah.
Right? So you give up your A+ husband, and then you start meeting them C's and them D's. And then you go, dang, he wasn't that bad. It's too late now. He done moved on. He done went somewhere else. Then now you a little bit bitter. You want to give a new wife a hard time, with a new girlfriend a hard time. He was yours first, but you didn't appreciate him.
Okay.
So I see it's both sides. Don't get me wrong. It's some women who husbands clearly took advantage of them.
I was just about to say, what about the men?
Yeah, it was husbands that clearly took advantage of them. It was husbands that did not appreciate the type of woman that they had. I have seen that a lot as well. Who, he didn't respect the relationship, right? And, some of them just they still wanted to be single but married. He want to run around and do what he want to do. So why did you get married? If you want to run and do what you want to do, you should just stay doing what you want to do. Amen?
Yeah.
So, yeah, So that happens as well, too. But I was just saying it from both perspectives. Yeah. Because we're women. Yeah. And a lot of times, we got to understand when we sabotage relationships.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Because we sabotage relationships.
Okay.
We do. And sometimes we sabotage relationships because of our own insecurities. We sabotage relationships because we're jealous. We sabotage relationships because we're don't think that we're worthy. That's the word I'm looking for. We don't even think that we're worthy of the type of man that we have. So we sabotage our relationships. You know what I mean? We sabotage our friendships sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can be self-destructive.
Yeah.
And we got to get a better handle on when we are self-destructive and when we're not. Right? Because how in the world can you do better at something that you're not even aware of?
Right. That's what I was just going to say, because how can you? If he if he's not telling you, or even like, let's just take the example you gave of sabotaging the relationship. Um, if a man were to tell a woman, like, you doing this and you doing that, is she really gonna listen to him if she's the person that's sabotaging? You know what I mean?
It depends on what headspace she's in. So, and cause right, if you're in a space where you're saying, listen, I don't want to lose my husband. What am I doing wrong? Right? And if he can sit down, not holler at you, not talk at you, not talk down to you, not belittle you, but if he can sit down and pour his heart out to you and say, babe, this is what I have a problem with. I don't like it when you do this. I don't like it when you do that. I don't like that. That doesn't make me feel good as a man. It doesn't make me feel good as a man when you have to talk down to me, when you got to curse me out, when you got to act a fool in front of everybody. I don't like that. That's not respectful to me. You feel what I'm saying? If I really want to change something and if I really want to set a different tone, then I'm going to take that differently, right? Now, if I'm over here like everything he say, everything come out his mouth, he tripping. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hearing all like, that. I ain't trying to go there. He can say it as nice and sweet as he want to, or he can yell it from his rooftop, and I'm still gonna be sitting here like, bruh, and I ain't changing. What we gonna do about it? You feel what I'm saying? So it's all in the part of how receptive do you want to be? Do you want to change what you see in your marriage? Are you happy with the way stuff is going? Because typically when one person is unhappy, both people got to be unhappy to a certain extent. Because if you unhappy, how in the world can your husband be unhappy if you walk around unhappy all the time? Right? So eventually you're going to affect if he is happy. You feel what I'm saying? And you're unhappy. Eventually he's going to feel your unhappiness. Right? So then we're unhappy. So if we're unhappy, right? What are we going to do about it? It's just, it's not enough fight for our love to me. It's not enough fight for the union that you decided you wanted to be in. You wanted to be married. You wanted to be in love. Love is something that you got to find a way to be like, listen, I don't care what's happening, right? This is who I connected to. This is who I cut covenant with. This my God no matter what. You feel what I'm saying? This is my partner no matter what. So if that's the case, then I got to say to myself, I'm going to do whatever. If I got to go to counseling, if I got to go to, the bishop, if I got to go and lay out on the floor before God to see how I got to fix this, whatever I got to do, I'm willing to do it. Because this how much I love you and this how much this means to me. You feel what I'm saying? And you got to be willing to have the patience to give that person some grace, give that person some room to say, okay, what are we working with? Now, I ain't say be no fool, though. Don't be no fool. Well, I don't play that. We gonna check ourselves, okay? We ain't gonna be out here acting up, okay? And just be out here just, letting people walk all over us. I ain't say all that. But what I am saying is that we have to get to a place that we're willing to fight for exactly what we asked for, what we prayed for, what we begged for. You know what I'm saying? Because you remember when y'all was falling in love? You remember when y'all was dating? You remember how good things was when y'all was just like getting to know each other, how you couldn't wait to hear his voice on the phone. You couldn't wait to see him. Y'all couldn't wait to go out. Like the time you would spend with them, like you'd be like, oh my God, I could just sit here forever. Like those times, you can still have that in your relationships. Like I miss my husband when he has to go and, when he does one part of the business and I go do another. We do business together, but it's parts where he got to go and I got to go. So I miss when I'm not with him. You know what I mean? Like that's it. We'll be going to be married almost 10 years and that's still my guy. You feel what I'm saying?
No,
like
I absolutely do.
I still look forward to him. I still look forward to, and listen, my husband, people will tell you, do we not sit on the phone? Will he not sit there and hear me breathe?
Yes. I've watched it happen before.
But he not. People be like, Sherri, y'all really don't speak. Like, okay, he will call me in the. Do he not?
Did he hang up?
And I be like, nope, he on the phone. Girl, he on the phone. He listen. He be doing 20 things, but he got me on his ear. I'm just telling. That's the
Yeah.
way we roll.
Yeah,
Now I ain't
my
saying that's for
husband's like that.
everybody, because I know people gonna be all in my DMs and commenting on my posts, my reels, talking about some girl. Nah, I need my space. Well,
Yeah.
that's what worked for you.
Yeah.
What works for me? I found a husband and a man that he loves to cling to me. Okay. He loves me in his space. He loved me in his place. He loved me where he is. He like me to dwell where he dwell.
Yeah.
That's where we at. You know what I'm saying? That's how much our spirits rock together. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't take that back.
Yeah.
I don't regret that. I love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It took a little getting used to at first. I was like, do he like me like this for real? Or what's wrong? You know, but he does.
Yeah.
And we rock well together because this is
Right.
us. Don't let nobody take you from the authentic you guys. Like what make y'all click?
Yeah.
What make y'all vibe?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My husband and I, that's our vibe. This how we get down. It's no shade or discount to nobody else's relationship.
Right. Yeah.
Okay? I'm not taking away from nobody else's marriage or how they get or how they have guys trips or girls trips or do their own thing. That is totally fine. If that is what make your relationship healthy, is that what make the two of y'all prosper and the two of y'all grow, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what rock with me.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And what rock with me is, yes, I like being with my husband. I love being with him.
Yeah.
I love being in his company. I love being in his presence. We love being together. We love spending our time together. We love working together, raising our children together. We value one another. We value each other's time together.
Right. Yeah.
We love it. You right?
It's comforting.
That's our black love. That's our excellence. That's where we thrive at. And we don't apologize for it. Our love is still there. Our passion is still there. Everything.
Yeah.
You know, like it was 15 years ago when we got
good.
together.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? Period. Like, yeah.
So, okay. What do you think would work specifically? Because we talked about like the breakdown of why some relationships, marriages may or may not work from a woman and man perspective. We talked about what works really good for you, what you think would work. What about just in general, like the black couple? What do you think would help couples have more long-lasting and like quality relationships together?
Fixing themselves first before they come together.
Yeah. That's with anybody, but yeah.
Fixing themselves first before they come together. Get rid of all that old baggage. Get rid of all these preconceived notions. Listen, we put way too much stress and mandates on ourselves. Let stuff happen and flow organically, right? When y'all connected, when y'all got a vibe, you feel what I'm saying? It's natural.
Yeah.
It's a natural chemistry.
Yeah.
Let the natural chemistries flow. Period. Right? Don't listen, take off the mask, the facades, everything. Okay? Get with people.
Yeah.
Get with a person that lets you be yourself.
You have to be authentic.
That lets you be who you are.
Yeah.
Whether you loud, they let you be loud. You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. Iron sharpens iron. So they're supposed to be there to help polish you. Yeah. Make you better, stronger. Yeah. But not stop your shine. Not stop your glow. Right? Be there to encourage you. That's what we looking for. That's what help us. It's got to be communication. It's got to be respect. But it's also got to be a certain self-love. If I don't love Sherri, I can't love nobody else. Okay? So I got to respect Sherri in order to know how to give respect. I got to love Sherri and know how to give love. I got to honor Sherri in order to know how to show honor. Right? So I have to serve me to know how to serve you. Right? Yeah. So these are things that I got to get with me. Yeah. I got to love on me. I got to like me. I got to respect me. I got to forgive me. Right? Yeah. So that's how I know how to treat somebody else. Yeah. And once we can learn how to do that stuff to ourselves and give ourselves some grace, give ourselves some mercy, give ourselves some forgiveness, give ourselves some understanding, we'll be more giving to other people. Yeah. Right? We beating ourselves up. So of course I'm going to beat my husband up for every mistake he make, because I beat myself up for every mistake I make.
Yeah. That's true.
Right? Of course I'm going to blame him because I blame me. Of course, I'm going to disrespect him because I let people disrespect me. But if I sit there and say, yeah, I'm going to cut some stuff off, I'm going to stop doing some things, I'm going to stop letting people, just mistreat me and misuse me, everything else, then guess what? I know what it feels like to be disrespected.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be less likely to what? Disrespect
Right.
somebody else.
Okay. I see that.
Yeah. So I think we got to,
fix ourselves first. So fix yourself, then move into your situation.
Yeah.
Will help long lasting and quality relationships stay in place.
Yeah. Even if it's counseling, like go to counseling and then y'all go to counseling together. You know what I'm saying? You go talk to somebody, he go talk to somebody. Because sometimes you need
a third party.
A third party perspective. That's why I say I have to counsel I have to counsel people. I have to, and it's fine because I feel like at least you getting it out. You know what I mean? And you getting it from somebody else's perspective and somebody perspective that you can respect or trust even. You feel what I mean? It's okay.
It's a lot of times too, people don't even realize, like when you hear a different perspective and it make things click, people don't even realize how connected to trauma they be in moments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a big one too.
If they didn't see a loving relationship growing up, how can you demonstrate something you didn't see?
That's why I really asked that question, because I was thinking about that for myself. Like, what relationship in my family, right?
Okay.
Because I think it's easy to look outside. We can look at celebrities when we was kids and look at all these relationships.
Right. That's
true.
But
when you can look in your family, you see firsthand what can work and what don't work, right?
Yep.
And I was like, man, do I have one couple in my family that I really looked at like...
Did you?
When I was a kid, I actually looked at my mom and dad's relationship like it was pretty solid.
Oh, that's good.
It wasn't until I got older that I realized that they hid
everything.
A lot of stuff.
See, my parents didn't hide nothing. They was,
They did, and I'm not saying that they didn't fuss or fight in front of us or argue and things like that, because they did do that. It was just, I think that, I don't know if I can count that as a relationship that stood the test of time because they got divorced.
Right.
But as a child, I saw them being emotionally connected. I saw them hugging and kissing.
See, I didn't see that.
I saw them, my dad coming behind my mom and just grabbing her. I saw that.
Oh, that's nice.
My mother cooked dinner. My dad cooked dinner. So as a child, I would look at them, but then the older I got, I recognized like it was some stuff. So can I look at my family now and say that there's a relationship that I would look at and be like, oh, they got a good thing? I ain't got one. Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. So I think that says a lot about what we see in our community.
Yeah. Right. It's big time. And so if we don't have a set example to look up to or to go after, what's our example?
What we doing?
Like, what are we looking at? Yeah. What are we referring to? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what are we comparing our marriage to?
Right.
Yeah. Are you setting a new precedent for marriage? Yeah. You know what I mean? I didn't get it right the first time, I didn't get it right the second time. Yeah. You know what I mean? It took me the third time to get this thing right.
Third time's a charm.
But I didn't give up on the fact that I knew God had a plan. Yeah. And I knew that marriage is a covenant that I respect and that I honor, honestly. Yeah. And I just knew that I was making the wrong decisions. This wasn't God punishing me or giving me a bad mate or nothing like that.
You accepted that you made the mistake.
Oh yeah, this was my fault. God was sitting there like, girl, I'm gonna let you do this like that. Right. Call me when you're ready for me to run this, because whatever you doing, I'm gonna let you do that.
Okay.
Because that's what you decided to do.
Understand.
You see what I'm saying? And so that's where I'm at. That's where I think that people they need to take some time. They need to take some reflection. It need to be some counseling and just some further understanding of what you're expecting from marriage, what you're expecting from love. What does love look like from you? You know what I mean? what does what does the makeup of your relationship want to be built off of?
Mhm.
What is your definition of that, right? And see if your definition can match the man's definition that you're
Mhm.
looking for.
Mhm.
And once you let stuff just happen and
Mhm.
flow and walk in just a sense of love and knowing yourself, like, yeah, I think we'll have much healthier relationships. I think we
Good.
will have much better unions.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean?
Yeah.
Don't fantasize off of all this stuff we see on TV
Man.
and oh goodness gracious, that's a
Mhm.
whole other thing.
Mhm.
But don't fantasize all this stuff you see on TV or celebrity marriages and stuff like that. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Get to the rock of, hey, we need a union. We need a foundation.
Yeah.
Where's his heart at?
Yeah.
Where's his mind at? Right?
Okay.
What does he value as family? What does he value as children? Where does he value me?
Right.
You feel what I'm
I
saying?
got you. Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Um,
So
yeah.
last thing I want to close out with
Okay.
is and I'm gonna share too.
Share. Tell me.
I wanna ask you, what is the one thing that you love about your marriage the most?
Okay.
But I'll go,
Okay.
or maybe yeah.
No, what's the one thing you love about your marriage the most?
Um, my husband makes me feel safe.
That's what's up.
I feel very, very safe with him.
Okay.
Not comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't. People can confuse the two.
Okay.
Like I don't feel like it's not a settling thing or a comfort thing. Like I feel safe.
Yeah.
Like no matter what happens, like I know we good.
Yeah.
I know he got me.
And I got
I
him.
know exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The kids are gonna be okay. Like I feel like literally just safe with him all the
That's
time.
cool.
Even in moments where because there are times where you have your little spats and
Yeah.
disagreements. I can look and say, okay, well, is this am I doing this, or is it this? Is this him? Even in those moments, it's still like, well, I still feel safe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a good one.
Mhm.
Safe.
Safe.
Yeah.
What about you?
What do I love most about my marriage? Um, my trust.
Mm.
My trust. I trust him with my heart.
Mm.
Yep. I trust him with my heart.
Yeah.
I trust that out of everybody in this world, he gon' protect my heart at all costs.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay, Leonard.
Yeah. Yeah. I trust him with that. I
Awesome.
do. I do.
Thank
Yeah.
you for
Yeah.
sharing.
No problem.
Yeah,
No
girl.
problem. So we hope everybody had them some love on today. Get them some black love. We love the black love. I love to see couples thrive and
I
do their
know.
thing.
Yeah.
And they can just stay in communication. They can stay in faith. And they can just, man, walk this thing
Mhm.
out because the odds be stacked so against us.
Mhm.
And I just want to encourage y'all today to just stay focused on one another, stay focused on God, and stay focused on the purpose and the vision that He has placed in you guys' life. We can conquer all things, right, through Christ that strengthens us. And love is the main foundation of God. That's why he put it here in the earth realm for one of us, for every one of us, amen.
Mhm.
Is because that he wanted us to experience a love and a trust,
Mhm.
and an honor for one another
Mhm.
that only he can give us.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
just say that continue to love on one another, continue to grow and teach each other the best things y'all know how. We are streaming on all platforms, guys. So make sure y'all click the links below. Bless a business. Follow us. Go over to YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I appreciate all y'all. I love all y'all. I can't wait to see y'all next time. It's late. We tired. We might do another episode. We don't know what we're gonna do, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. So we will see y'all next time on the Say That Sherry Show. Love y'all. Have a great week. Peace.